And now we're gonna go live on Facebook. So anybody that's a co-host, just hit okay.
Yes. I did that. Okay. Hello, everybody. Glad
We're
you can
almost
make
there.
it.
We're almost there. Not quite yet.
Oh, okay. I'll say hello again then.
Just sit and smile pretty for the camera.
Oh, no.
We there yet?
Almost.
Are we
It's
there
almost like
yet?
a little kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we
I
there yet?
know.
We
Are
there
we
yet?
there yet?
Oh, Barb is here. Hello, Barb.
Hello.
Oh, got it.
Right. Woohoo!
Okay, I think yes. Are we there yet?
Hi everyone. I'm
Hello,
Rochelle.
everybody.
Welcome to Let's Bead Live. We're the Upper Midwest Bead Society, and we're so happy that you are here beading with us today. Yay!
Yay.
We have Lisa Dooley from Lisa Bead Designs here. She's going to be leading us through peyote with a twist, not crochet. And so if everybody is super excited about it as I am, grab your 11O beads or your 8O beads and join us. The supply list is on umbs.org along with the pattern where you can save each one and then print it off for you. And so join us today. And our faithful president might have a few announcements. Jan,
Yeah.
do you have some announcements? I know everybody is starting their project.
Probably the big thing is our July meeting and our July Let's Speed Live, both featuring Doris Coghill. The monthly meeting is July 1st, and Doris is going to talk about bead factories in both Czech and in the Czech Republic and in Japan. And I've been on one of the Czech Republic trips, and it is really interesting. It's an eye opener. It's an eye opener when you look at like Czech beads and you realize that they're hand pressed one at a time and hand painted. So you start to realize, oh, I guess they should be expensive.
How much work goes into them?
Yeah, the work is totally amazing. So July meeting coming up. Raise your stash for those of you who have beads bead supplies that you want to get rid of. We're collecting stuff to use in our fundraiser and as door prizes. And I think that's it.
We're still looking for projects to go in the display case at the state fair.
Oh,
And
right.
Marlene still needs volunteers to demonstrate.
Right, at the Minnesota State Fair. And we'll get that information out on our website. So, but I think that's it, Rochelle.
Super. And that July meeting is in person at the Carondelet Center. So everybody remember it starts at 4:30 with open beading. So that way also it's Doris. So Dee's Place will have her stash all set up for you to shop at Dee's Place, as well as open beading and chit-chatting with everybody before the meeting. And then we'll have show and tell at 6 o'clock. And then the meeting will start at 6:30 as usual, and we'll be Zooming the show and tell and the meeting, but we won't be Zooming shopping for you. I'm sorry. Maybe you could text a friend what you're looking for. Go to dees.com and she has all her stuff on her Beads by Dee, excuse me, and her stuff is there. Otherwise, she'll also be teaching the Let's Be Live on July 21st. So put your calendar to join us for that too. And so we're so excited to have Lisa here today refreshing our memories or starting a whole new venture on us for Peyote with a twist today. And so let's spotlight the amazing Lisa Dooley for everyone. And her Etsy page is in the chat here so that you can easily click on that and find more of these beads and kits. And then the link to the Facebook group, which is Peyote with a Twist, is also in the chat for you, easy to click and link. Hi, Lisa. Oh my gosh, thank you for so much for stepping in and creating this wonderful project for us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited about this. It's, I like this stitch. So let me show you, I'm going to switch my camera and I'll show you the project that we're going to be doing today. Let's see, one moment, I just have to, there we go. So this is what we're doing. It's peyote with a twist. And this is made with size 11 Toho seed beads, and true 2mm fire polish is the silver, and that's the accent color. You can also make it with 2 different colors of size 11O seed beads, and the dark blue is the accent color and the lighter blue is the main color. So either way, you can also make this with size 8 seed beads. Oops, there we go. So either or, if you want to use the true 2mm fire polish or a second size 11 seed bead, up to you. So I tried it with size 8 seed beads today using 2 different colors like that. So we will go ahead and we will get started with, you start off with a flat, even count peyote strip. So, let's see here. So I cut a piece of thread, a comfortable length, usually like half a wingspan. Let me switch the cameras for a moment. Let's see. Okay, so a half a wingspan. So that is, I think that length is a half a wingspan, or the full wingspan is like that length, from one hand to the other hand. So you can decide which length is comfortable. I'm using a size 8-pound fire line. You could use Toho 1G thread. You may want to double it, especially if you're using the size 8 seed beads. And your tail thread, you want to leave probably a 5-inch. So if you're using a longer needle, whoops, like I am here, this is a longer needle. You probably want to leave a enough of a tail thread, because you're gonna taper the end. So you want to leave probably a good 12 inches of a tail thread so you can go and taper the beginning when you get done making your bracelet. So at least a foot of a tail thread. Okay. So we'll get started. Oops. There we go. Okay. So I started with a stop bead, and I have a little tail thread. You can also, if you decide to leave a little tail thread, you can add thread when you go back to taper that end. So either way is good. So we're going to start with 1 accent bead and then 8 primary color seed beads. Should get my glasses. One moment. There we go.
Yeah, I do think that glasses should always be on the supply list, so that way we just don't forget that.
Yes.
Well, I wear mine all the time, so I don't forget them.
Okay. So there. So I have one accent, 8 of my primary. Oops, do I have 8? Yeah. Just yep, make sure you count your beads twice to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yep. And then 1 accent bead like that. And then we're gonna drop it down to your stop bead. And then we're gonna start with the accent bead. And then skip this first accent bead and go through the first primary seed bead. Like that. And lay it down. So you want to make sure that they are snug together. And you'll probably have to move these to position them correctly. So it should look like that. Oops. Like that. And then I'm going to pick up primary, skip the next 8-0 seed bead and go through the third one. So that, and then just continue on until you're at the end of the row. So skip the next one, go through that bead, that. Skip this next one and go through this bead. And then almost there. So this one, we're going to skip this one and then go through the first primary, or the second accent bead, sorry. Like that. And then you're going to pick up 1 accent bead when you're at the end of the row. Your thread is coming out of that accent bead right there. And you're going to go through that size 8 seed bead. Then you pull the thread tight. Like that. And then you continue on. Oops, I need to rethread my needle. So you want to continue making that strip until you have something like this. And you want 11 rows of flat even count peyote. So what I like to do is count, you can count diagonally your seed beads, which most people do. The easiest way to do it, I found, is to count your 2 outer rows, 1 accent row, 1 primary row, and you can do it on either side. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's just those first 2 rows. And you can even count it if you want, going back and forth in a zigzag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So, any questions? All right.
Yeah, I'm using 11s, but
You could use 11s. Yep, 11s or size 8. I'm using, one moment, let me just reverse the camera here. Okay, so I'm using, a size 8s because it's a little bit bigger to see,
Mhm. I can see why.
but, and I have never made, peyote with a twist, not crochet with size 8 seed beads. So it's a little something different for me. And I just want to know if it, you know, the time difference between the size 11s and the size 8s, I'm sure it will speed up a little bit. So,
Because you're using the same number of beads, you're just covering more territory because it's a
Yeah,
bigger
and you'll
bead,
end up
right?
with a bigger,
tube.
tube.
Okay.
So,
Yep,
yeah. But you'll get your length quicker.
yes. Yep.
I just want to comment, I hate it when I add 2 beads instead of 1 and don't find it until the next row.
We all do that.
Yeah. And I should say, I want to give credit to, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but Gerald Lenz, is that
Yeah.
correct? She is the one who is the creator of this stitch. And so hats off to her because she did, it's just a fun, unique stitch. You can do all kinds of different patterns in there. I made this necklace using
Wow.
2 different size 11 seed beads.
Nice.
Was that a pattern or is it abstract or?
It was a pattern, and I don't know whose pattern it was because I did it a long time ago.
It's nice.
But yes, so it works up and it's a fun, and in her, if you look at her pattern, you can see the different peyote with the twist examples on the second page. And she uses, you know, all different kinds of beads, different patterns, that page. So you can see like this one uses, I'm sure she goes back through at the end when she's made the initial rope and added the beads to it. It's really unique. And she does have a Facebook group with all things peyote with a twist, not crochet. And that should be linked in the comments too. So you can join the group. I don't know if she has bead alongs or not, but if you have any questions or she'll be more than happy to answer them. So,
Lisa, I made this one a while ago, but I totally forgot how to do it. So,
oh,
and this
Wait a minute,
camera,
where
really
is she?
sucky.
Let's
Yeah, sorry
spotlight her.
about that.
oh, nice.
So, I don't-
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's got a nice pattern. The camera sucks, but it is a really fun
Hang on,
stitch.
show it to us again, Beth.
Okay,
Oh,
so I'm gonna
yeah.
spotlight you.
Right, there we go.
I got it.
Yay, super.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
wow.
And you
So-
can, what I did, I had so
Wow.
much fun doing it. You can do a little graph paper with, your little designs.
Mhm.
And then I had I'm so excited. I have all these graphed. And then it's like, I couldn't remember how to start.
That happens. I needed to take a refresher too. When I said I would do this class, I'm like, oh yes, but wait a minute now, how do I do that? So yes, it's a good refresher.
I will get to use my graph paper.
Oh, yay. That's always good. So do we have 11 rows?
No,
Okay.
Almost.
All right. Well, let me know. I don't want to rush anybody. So, but we could always look at this later too. And I do like to wax my thread. Of course, my wax is kind of gross, but I do like to wax my thread. I think it helps with tension. And your tension for this, you want to have a consistent tension. So you don't want it to be too loose. You don't want it to be like too tight. The one, I think I read in here that she uses Delica beads. I'm not too sure. I not going to step on her toes. I would not use Delica beads. I think that they would be a little too stiff. And I would
Yeah.
feel like once you go to bend it together to make that rope, that this delicate beads might break. Again, I have not tried that, so I can't confirm that. But just a thought. I don't know, has anybody tried delicas with this stitch?
I'd be concerned about it because the delicas can be a little sharp
Yes. Yeah,
and yeah, and with this kind of curving, I don't know.
yeah, I would just be yeah, they could break the thread, but they could break the beads too. And you kind of want it to be flexible when you bend it, so. Or form the rope.
So do you want it medium tension, loose tension, tight tension in your peyote? What do you recommend?
Consistent?
Well, right,
I would,
but
I would say, maybe a medium to a tight. You want the beads to be snug together.
But if it's too tight, you're gonna have trouble
Bending it,
curve.
right.
Lisa, do you stuff your finished rope?
So, let me switch the camera here. Because I was gonna get to that too, but I'll get to
Oh,
it
sorry.
now. No, that's an excellent question. And this is probably a good time because people are still finishing their strips, so
you're perfect. I love
I
it.
could, so what I did with this one is, yes, I did stuff this rope. And you can see on the end how I made some end caps for it. And then, so what I used for that one is this. Let me go back up. There we go.
Oh, good.
So I used a rope like this. And you could see how it has that knot for that clasp. Like that on the end.
What a great idea.
And then that's what I used for this one. So when you go to connect these two, you start right away with using this rope and then you bead around it with that inside. So that's one way to do it. I could show you. So on this size 11 sample, you could see I could put this in there, weave it through, and then you continue doing your stitch around this. You could also use this, which is an unfinished bracelet end, and it has an adjustable slide thing here. So you could slide this. So you would put one end through here and then just bead around there. You probably want to do some end caps on it. And then you could slide this. So that's one way. When I made this gold one, my tension was pretty tight. So I did not use any stuffing in this one. But that is size 11 seed beads too, so.
I think when I made my necklace, I found some rubber tubing that worked out very nicely. But I think that necklace was just a little bit wider.
Okay, and that's a good idea too. Leather, you can use leather.
Oh, they're cool.
Yep, leather cord with it. Really anything. But that tubing is good because you can bend it and stuff
Flexible.
too, so.
And of course, it comes in 3 yards, and I used, like 16 inches of it. Everybody needs some. I have lots.
Yes. That's what happens most of the time. Any other questions? No.
I made it to 11. How's everybody else doing?
Yep, me too.
It just finished.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to connect them. There we go. Make that brighter. Okay. So let me move the seed beads out of the way. Okay. I laid my peyote strip with the stop bead on the upper right corner of my peyote strip. And the thread should be coming out of the same side seed bead, the last accent bead of that row.
Mhm.
And I'm using a black thread just because I thought it would be more visible. So you could see the thread path. So now that I have my 11, what I'm going to do is I am going to sew from inside to the outside through that size 8 seed bead. That. So it's at a diagonal. Like that. And again, you want to make sure that the stop bead is in the upper right corner. So my thread is coming out there. Put it through from right to left, and it's coming out of the size 8 directly opposite. Or yeah. At the top. And then you're going to take your thread and you are going to sew through this side, the primary color size 11 seed bead, not the accent bead. Do not go through this accent bead. Go through this size 8 seed bead. And again, that's from right to left. So I'm going to leave this loose. Okay. So the first thread, you came out that side 8 diagonally. Going to sew through diagonally the top size 8, and then you're going to loop back down and come out the first primary size 8 seed bead. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It will when you pull it closed.
Yes.
Correct.
So now, okay, I just wanted to show the thread path.
Can you hold that 1 second, please?
Yes.
I did something wrong and I'm twisted here.
Okay, let me back this out.
Okay.
Okay, so here's this.
Okay.
So your
Let's see what I did wrong. Okay.
stop bead is up at the right hand corner. Your
Yes.
thread is coming out the bottom accent color seed bead. Then you're going to sew at a diagonal and from right to left go through the top size 8 seed bead.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that good so far?
Yep. I see what I did. I came in it backwards.
Okay. And then I'll show it one more time. At the bottom, you're going to take your thread and come down diagonally, skip the accent color, and sew through the first primary size 8 seed bead. And then pull your thread. So it should look like that. And then when you pull the thread, I'm going to pull the thread now, and you can see how it's forming this shape. And it's lining up the two accent colors on the, I'm gonna flip this around. So now I have the stop bead on the bottom. And here is your two accent colors there. And the thread is coming out the first primary. Did everybody get that shape?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So from here, you can see the first peyote row that we're going to be working on. So we are going to pick up one primary size 8 seed bead. Oops. And sew through the first seed bead that's sticking up. This one is sticking up out of this row. So that's the one we're going to sew through. Pick up another size 8 seed bead and go through the next primary 8 seed bead that's sticking out. Like that. And repeat. And one more. So now you should see that we picked up 4 primary color seed beads. See that?
Yeah.
Are we good so far?
Yeah, we're coming
Mhm.
out of an
Yep, yep.
accent.
Yes, coming out of an accent bead. And mine, oops, mine kind of came apart there. So I'm just going to tighten it up. So it's back together. Let me go back up. Let me show you one thing. So you can see how mine opened up on this side. I'm going to take these beads out just for one moment. Normally I don't do this, but no. Okay, I'm just going to tighten that up. If you want, you could sew through the beads
I'll
and
do a loop-de-loop.
a loop-de-loop, and then sew through those again so they tighten up. I can show you that too. One moment. So to keep this from opening up again, I'm going to sew through this bead. Whoops. That bead right next to it. So my thread is coming out here. I'm going to sew through this one. And then pull it tight so they come back together again. There. And then I'm going to sew down through the accent bead there. So up through this one right next to it.
What size thread are you using, Lisa?
8-pound fire line.
Okay.
And then sew back through that. So we're right back to where we started, but I just reinforced that beginning so it doesn't come apart. And then again with the size 8 seed beads. And if it helps, you could set 4 of the size 8 or size 11 seed beads to the side so you know when you get done with the 4, you should be at the top. And one more. There. Okay, so that stayed together closed. I have 4 of the seed beads there, and I'm coming out the accent bead. So, or the true 2mm fire polish, or if you're using size 8 seed beads, I think a 3mm fire polish would work. I have not tested that. But I'm using two different colors of size 8 seed beads. So I picked up my accent color. And I'm sewing down through that seed bead that's sticking out. So you get something like that. And then you're going to continue your peyote stitch. Back down. Oops. Anybody has any questions, just stop me.
Do you teach it with Bellini around it? I
The-
was looking at the picture and it has Bellini on it.
No.
Page 2 of your magazine, which is 13.
It's blue and it has kind of coppery and.
Oh, okay. No, I have never tried that.
Okay, oh, I was just curious. Thank you.
You're welcome. But it's something to try. And if I figure that out, then I will definitely let you know.
Okay, so now you're kind of crossing over to the,
Yes. So this last one that I did, I added a seed bead and I sewed through this one, not this one that we first started from, but this one. That, like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, and now I know you do a funny little twist here. This is what I don't remember.
Yes.
Is that the opposite side of the highlighted colors that you came out?
So this is where my, I have my stop bead down here. And so I sewed up through there. And then when I came down, I have that. This one right here is where we started from. I'm going through this one when we connected them. Let's see.
Thank you.
I don't know how to show that. Let's see.
No, I got it.
No, that's good.
Okay. So I came
So
down.
you're gonna go over to the other side, basically.
Yes, go over to the other side. And then you're
You
going to
wrap
sew.
them together.
So, excuse me?
When you're adding a highlight bead now, are you going to connect the two that were on either side? Kind of go round.
Yes, I think.
You're not adding a blue bead now.
I'm not adding a blue bead. Nope. I'm coming out of an
Okay.
accent bead here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew through the accent bead to the right of that,
Okay.
like that. And I'm not picking up any beads. And I'm going to sew through the first primary bead.
that's your step up.
Yes, this is the step up.
Gotcha.
And then just pull the thread tight like that. So that should connect them.
When you're doing that side, do you never add blue at the bottom?
No, you are just, so you need to step up. So to do that step up, let me take this out and I'll show you. So to do the step up, there, you're not, you only picked up that last seed bead here. Let me thread my needle again, one moment. Fun part about threading your needle. Okay. There. So this is my 4th seed bead and it's coming out there. I'm going to skip these 2 right here and I'm going to sew through this bead on this side. Like that. Oops, what happened? Sorry. The seed bead did not go through there. Sorry, technical issues.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone around and tightened the 2 sides, the highlighted beads, like to connect them better?
I did when I first connected them, and I
Okay.
can show you that. So, give me one moment. I'm gonna stop the camera there. Okay. Let me go ahead and let me go back to the beginning just to show you what I did. When I connected them. Because that's the important part.
One of the things that I found easier, I just finished doing a bunch of Russian spiral bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
And if I stick a dowel, I've got, different size dowels. And if I stick a dowel down the center of it while I'm beading, it kind of lets you see everything better and holds it all in place. So it's not rolling around in your hand.
Okay.
Kind of like doing it around the rope when you stuffed it.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what I have. Actually, I do have something.
Wouldn't a pen work if it was?
On the 8-0 it might, yeah, because it's bigger.
Okay, I have something. Let me just, oops.
And someone asked about adding, you only add the accent on the one end.
Yes. I just dropped my needle on the floor. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to get it. There we go.
Uh,
Telling you.
Just not cooperating today, right?
It's not cooperating.
Okay, so I have another helpful tool. I had a whole case of little findings like the earring, the wire guards, and little bits and pieces, O-rings. Knocked it on the floor. I found a magnet on an extension. So it's like a telescoping little round magnet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just sweep it around the carpet and it picks up everything that you've dropped that's metal.
I have one with a flashlight on it.
Oh my God, there you go.
It's a magnet on one side and a flashlight on the other. So that,
Oh, you need one on the same side. The flashlight on the same side as the magnet. So you can
but
see
it's
it.
one of those that you can bend
Oh, no.
too. So it's,
Cool.
I am still trying to get this because I sewed through here. So it doesn't want to,
Back out so easy.
yes. But it'll get there. One way or the other. Okay, almost there. Okay. Let me wax the thread. And I'll show you with the dowel through it because that's an excellent idea. Especially when you're doing ropes like that.
Yeah, it allows you to kind of, it's hard to hold them in your hand and stitch and figure out
Yes.
where you're going, and then it collapses and you've got it, so, and I found that if I stuck a dowel in the middle, it just helps you with the tension and it helps you keep everything in line because you can see it better.
And it does help to see the thread path too. So
Yeah.
yes, that is a very good suggestion. Okay, so this is where I'm at. So I did, whoops, change cameras. Okay. There. So here it is with went all the way back to the beginning where I came out of that size 8 seed bead on the bottom. And then I'm going to pull the thread and have the 2 size 8 beads line up. So I'm going to put in my pen. Oops. Nope. That one isn't going to work. Got to get something a little thinner. Maybe try that. That's too shiny. So sorry. Pencil?
It's just a little bit, a pencil's a little bit thick, but it worked on the end. Yeah, like that's exactly what I just did.
Yeah. So it's like that. You could see where they pulled together. Now I'm going to turn this around because I'm going to be working this way here. And I find it easier to turn around where the stop bead is on the bottom. Oops. Like that. So now your 2 size 8 seed beads are cinched together. And if you want to reinforce them, your thread is now coming out this size 8 seed bead. So what I did is I just sewed through this size 8 seed bead right next to it. Okay. And make sure the thread is pulled tight. So I sewed down through that. And then I'm going to sew down through this size 11 seed bead, or size 8, whichever one you're using. Like that. And then sew up through the seed bead on the other side. and then the first size 8. And that's just if you want to reinforce the end of that. The size 11 seed beads, I did not have that problem. So it's just this bigger size 8 seed beads. And pick up 1. So through the next bead, pick up a primary color, sew through the next. So you're going to pick up 4 of your primary color seed beads, and you're going to exit the top accent bead right there. Then you're going to pick up 1 accent bead and sew down towards you through the first size, or doesn't matter, the first seed bead that's sticking out like that. And then again, continue on with your seed beads. And you're only going to be sewing through the beads that are sticking out. So this is my next bead that's sticking out right there. That's the one I'm going to be sewing through. And this one that's sticking out. Like that. And now we're down at the bottom. So I picked up 1 seed bead. And I skipped these 2 here, and I'm going to sew through this one on the other side. And make sure your thread is pulled tight. And once I'm down at that bead, I'm going to sew through the seed bead right next to it. And the needle is going away from me. And I'm not picking up any extra beads. This is a step up stitch, so it doesn't need any beads. And then to complete this step up, I'm going to sew through the last seed bead that I added from the previous step. So just like that. And again, and this might be a little bit loose, and that's okay, because this is probably going to be inside your end cap anyways. So it doesn't need to be pretty. I find that the beginning of ropes are always a little bit more messy than when you have something to hold on to and you work your way along it. Yep. And again, you're going to pick up, should be 4 seed beads until you're back at the top and exiting that accent colored bead there. And then pick up an accent bead and sew down through that seed bead. And if you notice it's a little bit loose, what I like to do is, oops, Just pull on the thread. Make sure the primary color size 8 seed bead from the previous row is tight. And then I'll pull this thread and tighten up those 2 accent colors. Oops. Anybody have any questions?
Nope, I've got it again.
Okay.
No, it's just kind of came back. Muscle.
Yeah, riding a bicycle.
Yes. Then you're going to come down again with 4 primary color seed beads. And the one video that I watched, and she's always good at her videos, is Jill Wiseman. If you look at, oops, I picked up 2 beads there. If you look at Jill Wiseman Peyote with a Twist, that's a great video to watch. She also tells you how to close or taper the ends, which I can show you, but watching hers made a lot of sense. So after I'm coming out of this last primary bead on this side, I'm going through that. So the second one from the left, accent color bead, like that. And then you need to come out of this bead over here. So you're going to sew through the accent bead right next to it on the right. Pull your thread tight and then sew back through that 8.
And that's the twist.
And that's the twist. And then you have something that looks like this. Again, you're picking up the 4.
Do you always go through that one accent bead?
So you're gonna move through, you're gonna move towards the right. So so this is the first one I went through. When I came back down the second time, I went through the second accent bead right next to it. So I went through this one here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back up the third accent bead right there.
Okay.
And then through this
Stepping
one.
up.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can show you, let me take the thread out and I can show you. Threading my needle again. Here we go.
Me too.
Okay, so let's see. So I picked up the last size 8 seed bead, which is this one here. And then I sewed through this size 8 seed bead. So before I was using this one here, this is the first one on this side. Now I'm using the second one to go down. And I'm using the third one to come back up.
So basically, you're doing exactly the same thing every row.
Yes, but you're just moving along
Right, yeah.
these accent rows. So I'm gonna go back up, and when I come back down, I'm gonna be sewing through the fourth one here. Right, this is the first one here. Where's my pointer? Okay. This was the first one. This is the second one. I think when I use the, let me sew back up and back down again. Not get ahead of myself, and then we'll. And it should always be 4 seed beads you're picking up. If you're not, then you're expressing your creativity.
No, you screwed up.
Well, you know, there's that term too, but I like to put a positive spin on it.
Well, you're gonna have a funky curve as well.
Yes. Expressing your creativity. Or maybe you're creating a new stitch. Who knows? Let me tighten that up there. Add in my accent bead.
I've got 2 rugs in the washer, and they keep they keep getting out of balance, and the washer is dinging at me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, handy.
Mine, it tends to walk itself, so it will start thumping. And then the next thing you know, I come down here and it's like a half, like a quarter way across the floor. And it's like, what?
All right, I'm going to fix it again.
He built a wooden thing that my washing machine sets in so it can't walk.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine constantly walks. Swear it hates me. Okay, so now I'm coming out this bead down here. It's like the fourth one. And I'm going to go through. So this is the first seed bead, 1, 2, and I'm going to go through the third one here. And I'm going to turn, make a U-turn, come back up the fourth bead. And step up through the last seed bead added. And pull the thread tight. And then continue on. Does that answer your question? So you're always gonna, you're gonna go through this one when you're the 5th bead, when you step up. Yeah, does that make sense?
It makes sense to me the third time I did it.
Sorry.
No. That's why I repeat. And then it totally sinks in and you're like right, left, turn it over. Oh, that's then the other direction. It's like, oops.
I've been trying to teach it to myself and haven't been successful, so thank you.
How are you doing now? Am I making,
You're making sense.
okay, good.
It's working. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on.
Uh, good. Accent bead. And you're only adding that one accent bead when you're exiting an accent bead on this side, you're adding one. That's the only time. And you should start to see this pattern. So you could see, you know, when I added this, it's continuing along on this row here. Oops. So
How
there,
would you make it crisscross like an argyle?
I would go to Gerald Lund's Facebook
Lindsay?
page. And she may have a pattern on that. If you go to the files, I'm not sure.
Awesome.
What's her
I
name?
belong to Peyote with a Twist group, so I can
Oh, good.
check that.
And
Check one of their files.
I don't know how to you know, take like a crochet pattern and convert it to a peyote with, I don't know how to do that one either.
What's her name that you were saying had the patterns?
So her name is spelled G as in goat, ERLIND as in David, E. And the last name is LENZ.
Okay.
There's also on Facebook a group called Peyote with a Twist.
The link to
And-
that group is in the chat right here for you at the very top of the chat. I put the link to the group there.
And there's patterns there
And the,
under their files that you can look at.
if you printed out the instruction page, her name is at the top, right under Peyote with a Twist.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yep.
But the Facebook group is a good resource.
Yes, it is. And she is the creator of this stitch, so she is a great person to ask all the questions. So this one, coming up, my last one. Going through the previous. Oops.
She also has a book, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure, but it was kind of spendy, so I didn't buy it.
So let's see. So how is everybody doing?
Good.
I'm doing good.
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 Oh, Nagam asked, so it's supposed to feel and look like a soft cannoli. Yes, like a cannoli noodle, yes.
Thought a cannoli was a dessert.
Oh, Barb Benjamin is making cookies.
Ooh,
Oh,
yum.
num. That sounds good. I want to be over at her house. Oh, and then Beth left because she had to go finish laundry. Really, Beth? Where's your priorities?
Oh,
Feeding first.
Laundry last.
Yes.
I agree. Laundry any night after work, just, throw it in.
Thank you. I had a lot of questions.
Yes, that's okay. Did I answer them all?
You have, yes,
Okay. And you kind of got the hang of it?
yes.
I'd love to see a rope. I'd like to see the colors.
Not right now. It's not in a showable form.
Oh, no, okay. Well, can I
Don't laugh
You
at
just
me,
bet
Rochelle.
on yourself, Robin.
I can help
Okay.
you.
No, that's, I might, text you later, but, I've just been spending more time following you than beating.
Okay. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I can show you, we can do it, Zoom again, or
Thank you.
we can
I
do
love that these are
pictures, like very detailed pictures are good of where you're stuck.
I'm a little stressed. It's just not a good time. That's all.
I'm sorry.
But I'm thrilled to get the answers to my questions.
Yes. Well, that's good. I'm always here to help, and I like, teaching people this stitch or anything beading, because it should be fun and enjoyable, and it's fun to learn a new stitch. So
Keep running a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is
Well, maybe not.
the stress is not from beating. The stress is from my youngest kid, and I'm gonna kill him.
we didn't hear that.
He took my car and drove 2.5 hours to get Whataburger and drove back.
Well, wow. I mean, he really wanted that, didn't he?
He
Yeah,
didn't
the
ask
younger
for
ones
my
have
car.
no fear that they will do anything.
This is the second time he took his brother's car last week.
Oh no.
So how old is he?
He's going to be 18 in a couple weeks, and I'm just ready to kill him. I'm so mad. I got in my car with the Whataburger bag on the floor, and my stuff rearranged, and I'm just too cranky right now to.
Well, beading is supposed to make you relax and forget about your normal daily troubles and just worry about getting the bead in the right spot,
Yes.
That's why we called the state fair the Great Bead Escape.
Exactly. So just give it a try, unrax, rewind, breathe, do some, extra.
That's why I said I just need to take some time to calm down,
Yep.
because I went to
Singing
Staples.
bowls.
I
Singing
went to
bowls,
Staples to make
absolutely.
copies. We don't have a
Same.
printer, and so
Yeah.
that's
It'll all get better. It absolutely will.
Does anybody know about the singing bowls? You ever listened to, so I go on YouTube and I typed in singing bowls, and it's very therapeutic, very relaxing. Removes negative energy, maybe.
that sounds cool.
Yeah,
Thank
you don't
you.
have to learn to play one yourself. It's just the recording of an expert doing it for you, vibrating you to the right balance.
Yeah, so I'm trying
Taylor
to
Falls Bead Store has them.
here. So these are the singing bowls. And you can kind of hear it. Let's see if I'm turning it up. Let me turn up the.
Hmm.
Can you hear that?
No, but I will look it up.
Because in person, it really does work.
I
don't know
don't
what
doubt
my
it.
microphone is.
I think the Salt Cave that I do go to has sessions with you can have that music for the 45-minute session.
If you
Mhm.
want your own, Taylor's Falls Bead Store has them.
And Lotus Beads as well has a whole bunch
Yes.
too.
Oh, I haven't been to Lotus in a while, so I didn't know.
Oh, Lotus Beads has everything. It's a great store, great employees,
Like
great
Rochelle,
teachers, if I might add.
like Rochelle and Lisa.
Well, and Maggie.
Yeah,
And Maggie.
and Laura
And Laura Andrews is there.
and Kayla.
And Kayla and Elizabeth. And we've got other folks who are, it's 4 classes a week. So you can go onto lotusbeadsandjewelry.com and see the whole schedule. Or you could come into the shop and see the samples in person too.
Yes. And speaking of which, I am kicking off my Christmas in July next month, and I'm going to be teaching how to make this ornament.
Oh,
So
wow. Nice
the
one.
belly band here is made on an endless loom, which is this thing here.
Mhm.
Many of you probably know the packaging of it. This is made by Deb Moffat Hall. So you make this center band on that, and then you do a netting design with 2mm fire polish beads.
Is that in person only?
It is in person. I will probably be teaching it at the fall Upper Midwest bead
Oh,
retreat.
yay.
Oh,
So,
good.
yep. This is going to be one of the classes, and then I'll teach a bead weaving one with another ornament. So people can have options if they don't want to loom.
I've got that loom and I keep, but I haven't learned how to use it yet.
The good part about that loom is you don't have all the ends to weave in when you're done.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have a what to beat in?
All the ends, a
Oh.
regular loom, you have to beat all the tails back in. That one you start with the size you're gonna use and you don't have no ends to weave in.
I've
Yeah.
never used a loom, so that's why I was curious.
Are you going to go to the fall bead retreat?
No, I'm in Colorado right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you can always fly in.
Yeah, it's sounding better and better. When's the bead retreat?
It is.
Hang on.
I'm looking at my calendar right now.
It's early September this year, isn't it?
Yes, September 4th, which is on a Wednesday, through Sunday the 8th. And you can get there really anytime. But most people, like to show up at the first day. And we have so much fun. There's, different people teach different classes, and Doris is there. I'm there with my shop. I think Maggie will be there. She won't be there the whole time. I don't know what day she'll be there, but I think she plans on teaching too, and she does kumihimo. So there's a variety of things that you can learn and get to know people and chat and make new friends. And it's right out on a lake. Our bead room and overlooks the lake. And then we have our rooms there, and there's 4 people per room. 3 or 4 usually.
It's really inspirational seeing what everyone's doing, and this group is really great about sharing. How do I do this? And people will say, I'm having trouble with this, and somebody will help.
Yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, we would love to have you join us.
Rochelle, you going to pick me up at the airport?
Well, if I can go, I can only go on the second day Thursday because I work the Renaissance Fair on Saturday and Sunday. And so I can usually only go for a day and come back. I don't stay overnight, but I can certainly pick you up at the airport and we can hook you up with people who are going.
Yep.
And then, when you're done, as long as your flight is, after 9 p.m. on Sunday night, that's when I get home from work at the Renaissance.
Otherwise, you could email me, and I'm going to be going up on that Wednesday.
And see, there's lots of people going.
So email me, and there might be a way that you
I
know,
have to look at the costs right now. My husband lost his job,
oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
got laid off. So yeah, I'm gonna try.
And that goes for anybody.
Yeah,
know,
we have a
we have-
great group in our thing, and everybody always wants company. You know, no one wants to drive all the way out there alone, and
But it's not a far drive from here, which is nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know, I wish I could go and stay. It's just right over the Renaissance Fair, so I can't even make our September meeting with Sandra Rothers. It's gonna be really good.
And you got that construction work too going on.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's just crazy down at Bobby Bead with that, but they're still open 11 to 6 every day. I was working there yesterday.
But I'm
And-
talking about the Renaissance Fair.
Oh my God, there's a
169.
Renaissance construction too. We never know what that's gonna be like for like how you're gonna get in and out.
It's down to one lane. They're doing construction like near Jordan and
Yeah.
that whole area where you're gonna have to exit to go to that
Yep.
Renaissance
They're-
Fair.
They're doing construction everywhere.
Yes.
It's-
So just to let you know, a lot more time because you'll need it.
Oh, it's part of the fun, right?
Yes.
I mean, in the olden days, they had to walk or take a horse cart. I mean, it took you forever to get out to that end, you know? Come
Mhm.
on.
At least now we have
45-minute
like the
drive.
radio or we have audio books or, you know,
Yeah,
we can talk to people.
exactly. It's super.
Mhm. I like your picture frame, Nagam.
Oh, it's still on?
Yes.
Yeah, with all the smiley faces, it's adorable.
Yeah, I was playing with it.
I like it.
Cool.
Sister just had to cut a tree limb and she's gonna paint a smiley face where it was.
But
So another thing that you can do with these peyote with a twist is use these rebeads, which are made out of recycled sake. Is that how to pronounce it, Rochelle?
Yep, the recycled sake bottles.
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
they come in all different finishes and
what
colors.
are they
Drink the
called?
sake first.
They're recycled glass beads. So they're made from recycled sake bottles.
Oh,
Yeah, so in Japan they collect all the sake bottles that everybody drinks and then they turn them into glass beads at the Toho factory. So they're trying to be sustainable in this wonderful world. So right now there's 3 colors and 5 finishes of those 3 colors, blue, green, and brown.
I could show you. And so Maggie and I both have them on sale for 20% off in our Etsy shops.
Okay.
Maggie carries the size 8. I carry the size 11. So this is one of the colors. This is the rainbow finish.
Yeah, that's the brown, but that's more of a, it's more a yellow, isn't it?
It looks like it, yeah, but that's
Yeah,
supposed to
it's
be the
very
brown one.
golden brown,
Yeah,
but that's what the
yeah.
brown glass makes.
This is the blue, and this is the transparent. Let me get the camera up there. So yeah, this is the rainbow blue.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So you can see the different colors in there. They're very beautiful. And the nice thing about them is that if you use the Toho 1G thread, it enhances the colors. So this is the green or silver lined. But that's a beautiful color too. And that comes in rainbow, which is a little bit lighter. Or this is the transparent. So you can see from this silver lined to this. It looks like a different color, but they're both made out of this same colored bottle. So you have those in my shop. So do you want to see how to taper the end to put on your end cap?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Okay. So, I would say, so if you left a shorter tail like I did on that side, you're going to need to start a new thread. Actually, I would start one here, actually. Yeah. Because we're going to connect it here. So I would start your thread and exit this bead. Otherwise, you can do it. Well, I'm going to do it on the working side. So let me just get my. And like I said, Jill Wiseman has a video, and she shows how to finish it. So if you're not going to do this now, you can go ahead and watch that video later, or this one. I am just getting my thread back in position to start it, so. So you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to do your normal step up.
So you're starting at the bottom of the V, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, where you did your step up. There. And you're exiting a size 8 or size seed bead. So instead of picking up 4 seed beads, you are going to pick up 3. So I'm going to set 3 seed beads to the side, so I know only to pick up 3. Move the rest of them out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to pick up only 3 and do the exact same thing that you have been doing, your normal peyote. Okay, so you're coming out of that size 8. So normally you would pick up your 4th one and exit through this, the accent bead, but you're going to stop one short of that. So you're exiting there. There. And you're going to pick up another 3 to go back down. Oops. So you're going to pick up 1 seed bead.
Oh, you're just turning around, okay.
And just turning around and sewing through the first bead that's sticking out. And you're doing your normal peyote stitch. And then 1 more. That. Oops. And when you come back, yeah, so 1, 2, 3. You're going to pick 4. When you come back down, you're going to pick up 4. Yes. Got that one. So 3 when you're sewing up and 4 coming back down. And then you're exiting the size 8 seed bead. This time you're going to pick up 2 of the seed beads. So I'm going to pick up 1 right now, sew through the next. And then pick up 1 more and sew through this next one.
Okay, you need to move up just a little bit. You're off the camera. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I only picked up 2 there. And then I'm going to do my turnaround. And then start picking up beads. Pick up 3 when you're coming down. Oops. And then do your step up. And this one, you're going to pick up 1. And then you're going to pick up 1, turn around, sew back towards you. Am I going too fast?
No.
No.
Okay.
So is it basically that you're not picking up the accent bead?
And 1 less each row.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you want me to show that again?
No, it's okay.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna, I'll show it again. It's okay. We have time. Okay. So this is the first. Okay, this is the first row I did. So instead of picking up the 4 primary color beads, I only picked up 3. So there's 1, 2. Oops. This is the 1, 2, and 3. And sewed through this one. And then I picked up a primary bead. And with the needle facing you, I'm going to sew back down. So that's how it's going to look. Okay. And then I'm going to continue to pick up another size 8. So through the next one and 1 more. Actually 2 more, sorry. So it's going to be 3 seed beads going up and 4 coming back down. Then you're going to do your turnaround and step up by sewing through that bead. So we picked up 3. This one, so we're going to pick up 2. And we're going to peyote stitch like we've done before. Just sew up. And then we're going to pick up a seed bead. And we are going to turn around. So this row has 2 beads going up and it will have 3 beads coming down. So I just did my first one there. This is my second one. And this is the third, going through the accent bead on the bottom. Oops, there we go. Then I'm going to do the turnaround, this step up. And then this one, I'm going to pick up 1 bead, sew through the next. Pick up 1 bead, turn around, sew back towards you. And then pick up 1 more. And do your turnaround. So now it kind of looks like it's closed. I'm going to pick up 1 bead here, just so I can get to this top bead. My needle keeps on coming off my thread. Oh, give me 1 moment. So I'm going to pick up one bead, sew through this top bead here. Like that. And then what you want to do is just sew through these beads. All the top beads that are sticking up. And this part is going to be hidden inside the end cap. So like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just want it so it's tapered closed. Like that. And again, you can just sew through all of them to reinforce that ending. And then once you put your end cap on, and I don't have any that are big enough for that, the size 8 uses a 10mm inside diameter end cap. If you're using size 11 seed beads, it uses an 8mm inside diameter. And so for these, this is the 8. So you can see once I do the taper on this, it will fit inside of this and cover it up. So even if it doesn't look too pretty when you closed it up, it will be hidden inside your end cap. So that's that. And then you just use a little bit of glue inside and then put it on this. And then make sure that the length is correct. Oops. Any questions on that?
Nope, looks good.
Mm. No, it's good.
Good, okay.
Oh, it's a nice clean ending. I like how that works.
Yeah. Yep, it's
Thank
nice
you,
to have it.
Lisa.
You're welcome.
Good class.
So,
And I did get a couple inches done.
yay. Oh, hold on a minute. The audio, I don't know why. I have a oh, you're using purple and silver. Pretty.
Purple and gold.
Very nice.
Purple and gold. Oh my,
Mhm.
that's creative.
Yeah, I've got the pink with the black.
Oh, that's so pretty. I love those colors.
Hang on, Becky, back up. Becky, show me yours
Show
again.
yours again. See
Oh,
how
yeah. Oh, that's
different they
good.
look?
That's
Mm-hmm.
very nice.
Yeah, I love how the light or
But I
the dark-
used Nymo, and so mine is really soft, so I will need a tube in it.
Okay.
I used 1G, and when it's on the dowel, it looks fine. So maybe this is my all cover.
It's squishy.
Okay, wait,
Yay.
Did
Oh,
you
I love
use
that,
it?
Dogum.
Okay,
That's really
okay,
cool.
show it
Yeah.
again. Show it again, Rochelle.
It sure takes a long time to do.
Yeah, I have a pink and black. And then
And you,
Dogum's
Terry?
got blue and sparkly. Terry, what color did you use?
Like a root beer and a pale pink.
Oh, that
Wow,
looks
pale
great.
Pink is like really glowing out of that brown.
Yeah, it's popping. So
Mhm.
Yes. And that looks great. Good job.
I love it.
I love everybody's
All right,
colors.
Terry, show it again, please.
can you see it from?
Yep.
Oh,
now
yeah.
we
Oh,
can.
yeah, it's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Cool.
Very nice.
Fun.
Linda, Kathy?
Anybody else want to show their what colors or what they made? I get it. I get it. You're shy. It's all right.
Yeah.
If you do finish your pictures of something, you can post them in the chat along this video or in the event themselves or on the Facebook group because we love to see what you do with your projects. And so please post them where we can all see and share. Otherwise, you can always bring to show and tell for our July 1st meeting at the Carondelet Center. Oh, look at that, Jan. I love it.
Yeah, it's a real pale pink. It's got, or the blue has got a little bit of a pink, so
That's
I added.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, maybe I will work on doing one with like the added beads like this one.
Yeah, that'd be really
And then
interesting. in seeing
do
that in
another Let's
person.
Be Live and we
Oh,
can
yeah.
learn how to add embellishments to it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Plan.
Love to take this to the next level, everyone.
Yes.
I wonder if they just went, made a single, row like we did of the accent bead and then went in after and added.
I'm sure that's what they did.
But once again, check out the Facebook group. You can
Yes.
click to join the group. They will accept you. And then you can ask questions and there's also other patterns along there. So that link to join the group is at the very top of the chat, as well as Lisa's Etsy page, where you could get more little tutus or other supplies, rebeads to make more of these wonderful.
I didn't see it in the chat. The links.
What did you say, Terry?
I said I didn't find the links in the chat. Am I in the wrong chat?
Yeah, if you go down to your Zoom chat, look at the very scroll back all the way up to the top because normally
You
it's
know-
like
I'm not seeing them either.
Yeah, I've got, the chat start at 1:59 with Beth. Thanks, Lisa, going to go to finish the laundry.
Yeah, 11:53. Let me just put it in there again, because at 11:53, right as our meeting was started, I put it in there. So I will put it in once again.
Oh,
There we
Okay.
yeah, it
go.
disappeared.
There's
Off
Lisa's
at that
Etsy shop.
Okay, I see the Etsy shop now, the link to the Etsy shop.
All right, so now let me put your other one in here again too, or the link to the,
Facebook,
yep, or doodle. Hold on.
Geraldine,
I'm just
Peyote
trying to
with the
copy the
twist.
right part. There we go. Da 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 da. So there's the link again as well. So now it's easy access.
But this says it's.
That's the link from the website that you gave us to her Facebook. So if you click that, that takes you to the
Oh,
Facebook
yes.
page.
Gotcha.
Okay, yep,
Group.
you're right. Oops. There we go. Yes. It just says Lisa's Bead Design Etsy and then, oh, and then Facebook underneath. Yes.
Yep. I did them in separate posts or
Uh.
separate messages so that you wouldn't mix them all up if you're copying and pasting or clicking.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you, Rochelle, for doing
I'm
that.
not as good as Hannah as this. She is watching on Facebook, as well as Elfleda. And we've had Gail watching, and so we really say hi to everybody who's
Hello.
for this on
Hello.
Facebook and everybody who wants to watch us again. And this will be uploaded to the UMBS YouTube channel, so then you can watch it again and again and again.
Yes. And
Thank
like I said, if you have any questions, you can email me.
Again and again and again.
Yes. Ask any questions.
You have a super day, everyone. I'm gonna stop recording so I don't forget.
You
Okay.
too. Enjoy